on for Facebook. Thank you, y'all. As a matter of fact, the outage that was hit, that should sound a lot better, so thank you all. The outage that hit us took out the internet signal. So if you were with AT&T or any affiliate, your cell phone service was affected. Your internet signal was affected. Some of you had the bundled service. Your home phone was affected. So we were able to check on a number of people and send out a text. So we hope that you received that text. If you didn't, know that we're sending energy to you. For those of you who join us from around the globe, keep your prayer light affirmative energy on the city of Nashville because that explosion that rocked the city on Christmas Day not only affected the blocks and the buildings and the cars and the internet service, but it very much affected people because it put people on edge. What's next? What could happen next? What is this thing? We know now that they have a person of interest in the case and they're looking into it. But on this day, on this 27th day in the Kwanzaa tradition that's celebrated as the day of Kujichagulia, self-determination, we are determined to be here today. We are determined to be in this broadcast. We are determined to be here with you. We are determined to keep flowing. So as we've said, if you tuned in, we see you on Facebook, we see you on YouTube. We got you on 2 separate devices because for some reason, Restream, the network that allows us to stream, got wiped completely clean too. So we got in this morning, and just from last night to this morning, circumstances shifted dramatically. So because of that dramatic shift, we found ourselves having to figure out how to get here. But we did get here, and you got here. That's the most important thing. So for those of you who got here by hook or by crook, you might be doing some yoga in the back of your van, pulled up behind a Starbucks, I don't know. But wherever you might be with us today, we're going to be here. We're consistent. This is the last Yoga Sunday of 2020. The last Yoga Sunday of 2020. And we have made it through the year of focus to fruition. This is the last time I'm talking to you on Sunday, on a Sunday. The next Sunday I talk to you is going to be next year. And for some, it's an exhale, big exhale 2020. But guess what? A lot of great things happened in 2020. And a lot of circumstances rose for you to learn the lessons that were necessary for you to rise. And you did rise because you're here. And you're here and you're still standing. There are people who I've communicated with on this medium and we've had in our lives who we don't have the benefit of talking to in a physical body anymore. So this is a moment of gratitude. So I invite you today to hang with us wherever you are. Again, if you're coming with us on YouTube, I know I look a little different. It's because YouTube is coming on my phone right now. But as the old folks used to say, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We can finish this out and then upload what we have from Facebook a little later for those who are watching the replay, and you can have a more complete service that's together. So take a deep breath in with me. We're going to get to rocking and rolling. We're not going to take anything for granted today. We are going to be grateful for everything. I'm kicking my socks off because you're kicking your socks off at home too. Sockless is how we do yoga. But we're in that space now where we can't take anything for granted. I'm not going to take for granted being here. I'm not going to take for granted having an internet signal. I'm not going to take for granted being healthy enough to gather on a day like today. We're not going to take anything for granted. And because of technology, I'm not going to take for granted that I remembered to charge my cell phone last night. So I'm not sure what the battery tick is. So that means that I'm going to practice the 5 B's of spirituality today as a spiritual leader. Be brief, brother. Be brief. Deep breath in with me. Exhale to release, to absorb some of the music in the atmosphere. Begin to circle that energy in your mind and go ahead and allow your thoughts to be calm. For those of you who are first timers, I want to welcome you. to the most exciting spiritual community on the planet, the Infinity Fellowship. You've heard great things about it. That's how you got here. Somebody loved you enough to say, you got to stop by this space. On first and second Sundays, we have our awesome one-of-a-kind service. On third Sundays, we have our Q&A message, If Speaks. And on fourth Sundays like today, we do Yoga Sunday. So we move everything and we get on the mats. So we want you to do the same at home. And if you've been looking for a space of spirituality and authenticity here, at Infinity is that space where you can be more spiritual than religious and yet have community. Visit us online, www.myif.org. That's www.myif.org. Visit us after the stream today. So let us evoke that energy, that divine source energy. So I want you to focus in on the God of your personal acceptance and understanding. Allow your eyes to close. Turn within, allow your head to bow, allow your heart to open. As we focus on that divine source light, all powerful, all wise, all knowing, God of all creation, we thank you for your presence in this place today. We thank you for this unique moment of infinity. We thank you for being able to proceed with Yoga Sunday worry-free. We thank you for gathering in this space. For those who are gathering online and YouTube and Facebook, for those who said, I am going to pause in this moment and feed my spiritual body by pushing my physical body. Controlling by the mental space, to be a yes today, to show up on the mat, on the floor, on the towel today, to listen to our bodies and listen to them, understanding that they're not in pain. They are in growth and expansion. And so I speak protection on those who are trying this out for the first time today, those who are flowing with us for the first time on Yoga Sunday today, those of us who tune in today just because they needed a break to remind them that the world ain't crazy. Thank you right now. We thank you for the protection on the city of Nashville that we are broadcasting from. We thank you for the survival of people, for those who went through the buildings downtown on 2nd Avenue. When the RV was broadcasting that there was going to be an explosion, they stood on the line and got other people out of there and rescued countless people from that blast. We thank you for the intention that we have in our hearts to grow past these moments, to use these moments to come together and not be divided. We thank you for your energy today in our life. We thank you for the year of 2020. We know that it's been a rough one in many books, but we also know that we get to define how an experience is for us. We get to claim it as a definite loss, or we get to claim it as a divine lesson. So today, we are claiming the divine lessons of gratitude from 2020. And we thank you that we are still here. We're still standing. We're still breathing. We're still giving thanks for all that we have been brought to and all that you brought us through. Thank you for this moment of centering right now. It is with gratitude that we proclaim that all is well in this moment. It is with thanksgiving that we accept the good that is here in the present right now. The good that is manifesting in the coming days for us. And as we seal this year, as we seal this moment of self-determination, we walk in the boldness of knowing that we are standing on the shoulders of those who came before, and that we are made in your divine image and likeness. And for these things, we give thanks, we give praise, we give love, and we return it, and we accept it. For these and other things we can't put into words, we simply say we thank you, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. All right, deep breath in. Exhale to release. As we begin now this process of opening up this ancestral energy, we invite you to come into the space where we are recognizing our ancestors, through the pouring of libations, a pouring out of water. And we've got some powerful libations to pour today and for next Sunday. But I greet you in the name and the unknown names of our ancestors, upon whose shoulders we happily, proudly, mightily stand. We are made in the image of all that was, is, and ever shall be, but we are made stronger because we stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. Those ancestral mothers, those ancestral fathers, grandfathers, uncles, aunties, grandmamas, relatives, those who are related by blood, those are related because they came through the mud with us. They're all a part of this divine creation. And so we pour this water that represents the living into the earth at the altar that represents what happens when we transition to life after life. And we ask you, if you're able, if you're available, you can definitely type the names of those who have come before in the box on YouTube or in the box on Facebook. And we want to make sure that we recognize your folks as we recognize everybody's folks. So to the ancestors who have gone before, we pour to the energy of the north, to the south, to the east, and the west. The four directions, the trade winds, the cosmic energy of love, to those ancestral mothers who sheltered us with their love, who prayed and worked the land and did what they needed to do to sacrifice to make sure that we would have what we needed to be successful. Ashe. To the ancestral fathers who stood strong in the gap for us. Many of them gave their own lives so that we could be protected. We pour to you as well, Ashe. To the grandmotherly, grandfatherly wisdom that provided the basis for generational wealth, wealth being the energy of being able to live the life that was made for you. We pour to you, Ashe. And to the names that are coming into the minds right now, to the energies that are coming into the minds right now, we pour this energy right now. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. We want you to think about your people. I'm going to go see if I can get a couple of names. Call their names aloud as we read these next few pours of water. And you at home on YouTube, we'll get those things going too. A special pour to the energy of our community father, Baba, who brought with the African American Cultural Alliance a practice called Kwanzaa to the city of Nashville, Tennessee, over 38 years ago. This is when many people walking around right now weren't even born. Brother Kwame Leo Lillard. Ashe. We'll pour again to you next week, Brother Kwame, but we just wanted you to know that as the father of the celebrations of Kwanzaa in Nashville via the African American Cultural Alliance that has now expanded into celebrations at Meharry Medical College, celebrations at churches all over the place, celebrations with the Sankofa Dance Company and the Kwanzaa Nashville organization and several people in homes and places around the region. All of that started with an organization called the African American Cultural Alliance that also gave us 38 years of the African Street Festival. All of that from Baba Kwame Leo Lillard. So we pour to you, brother. If y'all want to read about Brother Kwame, y'all can go to thecarwindow.com, the car, C-A-R-R, window.com, and you'll see this wonderful story that we tell there about Baba Kwame Leo Lillard. To Brother John Fletcher, 56 years old, who passed away. We might not know him as John Fletcher, but we know him as Brother Ecstasy from Houdini. I want to call both names, brother. Gave us songs like Friends. How many of us have them? One Love. You're lucky just to have just one love. Brother X, man, we love you. We send your energy up to the universe and to those who have transitioned into the space of life after life. We seal this by saying Ashe, 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 oh. and so it is. How awesome. I mean, many of us, when people popularize a name, we barely know. You know, some people at home like John Fletcher. But y'all know Ecstasy, Brother Ecstasy from Houdini. So we're grateful in this moment. So as we generate this energy, of gratitude, I'm going to give you a moment, a real quick moment. If you're grateful for something, we want you to type it in the box. And that way, I have a moment to look at the box and say good morning to you in our own way. So as we're looking at one thing that you're grateful for, we invite you to type it into the box so that everybody can see it, everybody can feel it, and we can say good morning to you as we do at Infinity. We're not going to let anything stop our sense of gratitude. So grateful to see everybody here. Rosetta, I hope you can hear me now. My audio is low. Gotcha, Jamil. Appreciate. See you. Got you going, Felina. We're here. All of the grandfathers coming in. Y'all are awesome. Thank y'all for letting me know, man. We got that audio blasting right now. Good morning to you. Y'all know first, second, and third Sunday we got Voices of Infinity singing. I am grateful that I am still standing. Let me tell y'all this true story. On Thursday, Christmas was on Friday. On Thursday, I took a meeting that I had with a friend of mine to talk about a creative project. I took that meeting on 2nd Avenue, about 3 doors up from where the blast took place. Moved on out, got on out of there, less than 24 hours. So I'm grateful to be standing here, y'all, because I was right on that street, half a block up. So I'm grateful to still be here because of timing with all that's going on in the world. So all of the things that we are grateful for, I'm seeing them. I know they're coming in on YouTube. Jocelyn is grateful for food to cook, a kitchen to cook in, family to feed, and technology to visit with Infinity. We're gone. So we're feeling all of this, and we know this energy is coming in, and we appreciate your energy today. What an awesome time. Yoga Sunday. I'm grateful for all of you. I'm grateful for the gift of family, grateful for great friends. I'm grateful for all of you who checked on me. I'm grateful for those who answered the phone in the middle of the night when I was tracking you down. Grateful for the Stewart family who is making a trek, who had to drive through 20 miles and 5 miles an hour of snow heading east, and they're heading back. So we're speaking to y'all as you're streaming in the car. We love you guys. We're speaking covering over your energy on the way back in. Jamil, grateful for the opportunity to experience the divine on our ancestors' terms. Come on. On our ancestors' terms. On our ancestors' terms. Come on through. Thank y'all, man. And I appreciate y'all the heads up when we get the video back up later on. We'll make sure that we clip that front part so that we have enough for you to hear. So we've got Facebook. We've got YouTube going. So we're going to go to our statement of infinitude. So good morning, everyone. Here at Infinity, you all know we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your personal acceptance and understanding. We know that's a personal experience. And here at Infinity, we affirm that connection. But whatever you call that source energy, we call it divine source here. We'll call it God. We'll call it the creator, mother, father, spirit. It's about the quality of being infinite or having no limit. So because we have a unique faith background mixture here, we focus on the 4 principles of SNAP, spirituality, which is the acceptance and the embracing of transcending religion, going to the spiritual space that allows you to connect to the God of your acceptance and understanding. Next, we go to nurturing, nurturing of ourselves and others' mind, body, and spirit. The A is for action, because we take action on our dreams and make sure that we put some work in for our divine purpose. And if you do all these, then you get to the P, which is the proof. You want to be able to see fruit from the spiritual work you're doing. That is what Infinity is all about. How do you see fruit in your life? Anything that's spiritual should not just elevate you, but it should activate you. So there should be some fruit that you should see. And we're here to help you find that fruit. So we're going to say our statement of infinitude today, and we're going to, if you read along with us, if you're on Facebook, it is now on your screen, or it will be on the replay. It's also on our website at myif.org. So y'all can help me out in the background if y'all can see the screen. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so according to the many words of affirmations through ancient times. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. A deep breath in. Exhale to release. All right. So we come back to our visitors time. This is the time that we welcome our first time visitors to Infinity. And we say, we're glad to see you. We're glad to have you. We're especially glad to have you today after all that's happened in our city of Nashville. But after we greet you normally at Infinity, you take a coffee break, except for on Yoga Sunday, we just get on the mat. So on Yoga Sunday, we're just going to do what we do anyway. But if you're a first-time visitor and you want to shoot us a hey first-timer in the comments, we can send some love your way and tap on some hearts while we still have an opportunity to do that, because guess what? In a minute, you're not going to be able to touch your phone. You're just going to be looking at your phone or looking at your computer because you're going to be on that yoga mat with the rest of us. So we like to hold our hands up to you at this moment in your direction and speak that you receive the love that are in these words. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release. If you're at home, you can say this to yourself in the mirror. I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You are a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me, where I can let you know that you are not alone. I'm with you and you're at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You are so much more than your yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, and to celebrate your divine destiny. I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So we're going to help each other out. All right? All right? I know the real you. And I see you shining today. So welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. Asheo. This is where we normally drop our Friends track. Isn't that right, Alicia? We drop it, Friends? We don't have the copyright to Friends, so we can't play it online, but we can just play a little bit of music, let you warm up. So as you're warming up today, here's the order. We're going to get on the mats. We're going to drop the phones and the devices. We're going to put them where we can see them, where you can see me clearly. You can see Sister Alicia, Sister Kenitha on my left and on my right. We're going to... We don't want to be seen. Y'all are there, they can see. Safe distance practice. We're going to absorb. You're here for your spiritual growth and development. I love it. Y'all Infinity, y'all know how we do this, man. This is every Sunday at Infinity, right? So we're going to absorb our meditation from today's meditation. Then we're going to go through the practice today. The practice today won't be so physically challenging that it's going to knock you out, because today's energy is about the crown chakra. It's about the energy of Sahashwara. And we're going to go through that so that you can enlighten yourself. So prepare yourself to breathe. You might want a tissue paper. You want a towel near you in case you got some congestion, because we're going to awaken some of that energy today, okay? Remember that yoga is not pain. Listen to your body. I'll give you some modifications if we have something that's a little tough. Get a block, get a bolster, get your mat, whatever you might need to help you today. Don't get into a space where you feel like you got to push your body so hard that you harm yourself. That's not yoga. Yoga is understanding, yoke, stillness, understanding, the breath. Once you do that, once we get through our practice today, get into Shavasana, the final pose. We get into the space of meditation and affirmation there. Then we'll get up and we'll collectively come back to the computer or the screen and we'll do our giving. And then we'll close out Yoga Sunday today. So find your space on the floor. Find your cool out space where you can chill. Take a deep breath. And I'm going to call your attention today to our screen. If you are on Facebook, it is on the screen. If you are on YouTube, I will be reading today's meditation. But either way, we'll be looking at it a little bit later. It comes from the great mystic and poet Rumi, who said, quote, "I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and found only God." How powerful is that? Sending a shout out to Casey. Sister Casey, welcome. First time. Welcome. Glad to have you. Everybody's snapping in the background. We had the mics turned down in the back, but everybody else is snapping for Sister Casey and for the first timers who are here today. But consider that thought. I searched for God and found only myself. I searched for myself and found only God. This search, this energy, this concept of trying to find, that's what we're all about. That's what is ingrained in our human nature. We have to seek to stay connected. I'm not going to say reconnected, because reconnected means that there's something absent. We know that God is present. The energy is always present because it's a presence. So it's never any separation. It's just that we get tied down with circumstances and we get so confused that we feel we have to keep seeking something that is outside of us. Truthfully, it's inside of us. So today, as you are seated, I want you to come to a seated position that's comfortable, where you can be upright. And I want you to begin to feel the energy that is coming up from the floor. I don't care if you're on a 30-story building right now. You have a floor or a seat. That seat is connected to a floor below it. There might be several floors below you, but it is connected to something that is plugged into the earth, and that energy is still there. So as we feel that energy that begins at the bottom of our spine, right where our bottom is touching, right in that space, that is the energy of the root chakra. The ancients would call The chakra is simply Sanskrit for wheel. The wheel is an energy center. 7 energy centers that come from the bottom of the spine all the way up to the crown and the top of your head. We've gone through an entire series on the chakras. This is the final one for this year. And we aligned at the end of the year. But when we go to this space, we go to this energy, this crown chakra is about inspiration. When you get a chance to go back, you'll see these slides. If you're on YouTube, we'll have them uploaded later. But the 7 energy life centers in the body as chakras. We have this chakra, which is the top of the head, the crown space. The Ajna chakra, which is the third eye. Right? We did that practice last month. If you missed it, go get you some of that good natural highness. But we have now the crown chakra. In the chakra system, the lotus petals that surround the chakra symbols all point upwards. So this energy that grows from the root upwards, it begins to overtake the body. But when we get to the crown chakra, the lotus petals begin to descend downward. That's the connection with high spirit. And the word itself, when we go to what Sahashwara means, it means 1,000-petaled. So 1,000-petaled lotus, an infinitely petaled connection to the God of your creation. How powerful is that? Take a deep breath in, exhale to release. Go ahead and begin to allow your eyes to gently close from top to bottom. You may place your palms in an open position, if you will, facing up, resting on the inner parts of your thighs or the tops of the insides of your knees. And allow yourself this moment to begin to connect with the breath. Connecting with the breath. Slow inhales. Slow exhales. Inhale and exhale. With each inhale, becoming more full. With each exhale, becoming more complete. Fullness on the inhale. Release on the exhale. As thoughts come into your mind, into your consciousness, into your space, thoughts that attempt to distract you, we turn all awareness simply back to the breath. As we begin to breathe and set our intentions for today, we imagine that there is a seed that has been planted in the ground just below us. With each inhale and exhale, the seed begins to sprout from the ground. beginning to take root in our body. And now the energy of that seedling begins to grow inside us, in that space just below our stomach. Awakening our creativity and our strength. Now with an inhale and an exhale, the seedling grows stronger and taller, coming up in the area of our navel, between our navel and our spine. A strong young vine that is now giving us willpower, guiding us to sit a little straighter, a little stronger. With an inhale and an exhale, the tree grows stronger now inside us, moving up into our heart center, wrapping its branches around our heart, beating along with it, strengthening it, engaging our power, cleansing the negative, releasing the things that do not serve us. In the breath. With an inhale and an exhale, the tree grows taller into our throat space. Massaging our vocal cords, giving them the strength to speak the truth that is inside us. Giving us the power to resonate our truth to ourselves by its connection to the heart and to others through the boldness of our voice. Inhale and exhaling. The tree grows taller, entering the middle of our forehead, in the middle of our brain, in the middle of our space between our ears, that space called Ajna, the third eye, opening us up to ancestral wisdom, connecting us to the DNA of our mothers and grandmothers, straightening the spine of our fathers and grandfathers, shining a light without from within. Inhale and exhale. And now the tree grows beyond us, emerging from the top of our heads, branching out and sheltering us from all harm. This is the energy of Sahashwara, the 1,000-petaled tree, 1,000-petaled flower, 1,000-petaled lotus, sheltering us with love that is divine, growing stronger with each inhale and each exhale. Connected from the roots to the crown. Breathing in the good, releasing that which no longer serves us. Inhale and exhale. Resting in the love, embracing the power, walking in the strength. And now lifting your hands to heart center, pressing the palms together, pulling the thumb to the chest, to the heart space. Allowing the head to bow and focusing on the intention for today. What is your personal intention to make it through the practice, to get stronger, whatever it may be? Go ahead and embrace that intention in this moment. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to release as your eyes are open. We are now prepared for the practice. That inner water energy is open now. That ego space is now gone. We're moving beyond the ego and moving into the space of embracing. So let us come to all fours. The imbalance in the chakra energy of Sahashwara, the imbalance energy will make us be competitive. It will make us be in a space where we're so concerned with the moving parts that we get distracted from what is in the right now. So now we focus on the right now, and the right now is your body. So you all, let's come to all fours on the mat or on the floor, wherever you might be. Let's make sure that we square our bodies up so that our knees are directly under our hips and that our wrists are directly under our shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Take your back to neutral, which means it should be flat. Should not be arced, curved, or bowed. Either one. We're going to get to that, but it shouldn't be now. So with a flat back, take a deep breath. Exhale, drop your head forward toward the mat. Inhale, lift your head toward the sky. Drop your navel toward the mat, arcing your back down. Good. Take a deep inhale here and an exhale. Take another deep inhale. Exhale, drop your head toward the mat. Lift your back, arc your back toward the sky, like the cat does. This is cat-cow. Take a deep breath in here. Take another exhale. Blow it all out. Inhale, opposite. Lift that head. Drop that navel toward the mat. Good. Exhale, round that back. Drop that head toward the mat. Inhale, lift and arc, exhale, round. Go as fast as your breath allows. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. Inhale into cow, exhale into cat. Time it so that with each inhalation, by the time you're finished with that inhale, you're completely in the final recognition, a realization of the pose. When you exhale, you are in the final recognition of that opposite pose as well. Tuning into your breath. We ain't thinking about what anybody else is doing. This is your body. This is your space. This is your time. Inhale and exhale. Two more breaths like this. And then come back to neutral. Deep breath in. Reach your hands forward toward the edge of the mat, the front edges of the mat. Exhale. Send your knees to the outer edges of the mat. Point your toes toward the back of the room. Bring your big toes together. Exhale, press back into child's pose. Sit between your hips. Sit on the backs of your feet. Good. As you are sitting on your heels, get that comfort zone for you, for where your body space is. You may need to make a modification. You might need, if you don't drop your head all the way to the ground, you might need to place a pillow or a block in front of you. As such, you may need to place a pillow between your legs as such. You may not be able to point your toes and put your big toes together. You might have to curl your toes if it's easier for you to do that. Do what your body tells you to do. That fullest expression of the pose, those big toes together, those knees toward the outer edges of the mat. But you are also reaching forward. So as you are reaching forward, spread those fingertips, and let's test that. We want you to press the palms down into the mat. As you press the palms down into the mat, we want you to lift those fingertips up. Press the palms into the mat. Good. Dig them in really deep. Now lay the fingertips down. Press the knuckles into the mat. Good. So you're feeling the tension of being pulled forward. As you're being pulled forward, sit a little deeper back onto your heels. You are elongating the spine from the lumbar region through the thoracic region up by your shoulder blades. That's giving you length. It's opening your body up. Now when you breathe, I want you to inhale, but inhale that energy into the space under your arms to expand your back and sides. Deep inhale. Exhale, breathe it out. Big inhale in. Exhale, blow it all out. Continue to breathe like this. That 1,000-petal lotus now is outside of your head. When you're breathing in that energy of light here. This is a balanced moment of illumination. It is a position of reverence. It is a position of rest, but it's not a position where you go lazy. Keep the divine tension there in the position of humility that is child's pose, and receive the love energy coming in through the top of your head, running all the way back down your spine as it elongates. This is the moment when all is tied together. Breathe in that Sahashwara 1,000-petal energy. One more cycle of breath. Breathe in. Exhale, plant those palms down onto the front of the mat. Move your feet to the edges of the mat. Tuck your toes. Press back into downward facing dog. Straighten your arms, straighten your legs. Lift your hips toward the ceiling. Downward facing dog. Good. Your downward facing dog may not feel perfect to anybody else. It has to feel perfect to you. So we're going to push it a little bit to see if we can make sure we get the proper structure so that your body is doing the work that it needs to do. So come up on your tippy toes if you're able. Yes, lift your hips toward the ceiling. Good. Now drop your head and your chest toward your knees more. Good. To gain stability, rotate your biceps outward. You rotate your bicep outward, it gives you space in your back. Good, there it is. Now lift your kneecaps up towards your thighs. That means you're going to straighten your legs a little bit more. Good, now bend your knees gently. Good, arc your butt toward the ceiling. Come on, brothers, that's how you do it. Now straighten your legs again. Gave you a little more stretch, didn't it? Yes, it did. Now, final realization, lower those heels toward the floor. Don't compromise any stretch. Don't start bending. If you need to rest, you can always rest in child's pose. There's nothing wrong with it. You can say Namaste and child's pose for a minute, right? So let's lower those heels down if you can. Take a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. One more huge breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Look between your hands. Step, walk, jump, or float your feet between your hands. Good. Inhale, come halfway up so that you have a flat back. Good. Your fingers may touch the floor on your halfway lift. They may touch your thighs or your shins on your halfway lift. You may have your hands on your knees. Hands on your knees. You might have that too as well. That's halfway lift. Take a deep breath in. Roll those shoulders back and down. Exhale, release into a forward fold. For those of you who are forward folding and you're having that feeling, that sensation, you're going, on a forward fold, look, don't constrict your throat. Do not constrict your throat, but rather relax your throat and grab a pillow or bolster and rest on that. That's a forward fold too. You can also bend your knees. How about that? You didn't know that, did you? Sometimes if you're out there, you got the fullest expression, you can fold all the way over. You can even hug the back of your calves and pull yourself to, or you can just bend your knees and hang. Take a deep breath. Lift your heels up in an alternating fashion so that you can stretch the hamstrings on the back of your legs and breathe throughout. Yoga is breath. Let it feel good. Inside and outside. Good. Come to a moment of stillness. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Extending your hands toward the ceiling. Mountain pose. Extended mountain pose. Reach and look. Place your hands together. Bring them to heart center. Take an inhale here. Rotate your shoulders up towards your ears. Send them back toward the back of the room. Now send them down toward the floor as you press your hands together. Palms together. Inhale. Exhale. Another deep inhale here. And an exhale here. The mantra, the word of power for the Sahashwara is the pureness of Om. That symbol that you see that looks like a 3 with a curve and a dot. You see it in yoga shops. It's Om. It's the oldest sound of power in the universe. So we're going to chant that 3 times. We're going to chant Om. Okay, find a tone that works for you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale and exhale here. Hands to your side. Good. Now let's activate this stance. Let's make sure this stance is very active. So we want you to check in with your body and how your body is feeling right now. And as I plug in my telephone, because it gave me the low power thing, YouTube folk, I'm plugging in my phone. I'm also going to plug in to the universe this powerful energy by you plugging in your body right now. So you are going to plug in your body by pretending as if there's a cord that's attached to the crown of your head that is lifting you up, straightening your spine. Lift your toes up off the mat. Dig the 4 corners of your feet, the front parts and the back parts, the heels and the balls, into the mat. Dig them in squarely. Dig them into a powerful space there. Come on, YouTube. Oh. Keep digging. Now dig those toes into the mat as well. Dig those toes into the mat. As you're digging those toes in, we want you to lift those kneecaps. Thanks for staying with us through that battery pause. Good. Lift those knees up towards your hips and your pelvis. Good. Good. Send those shoulders back and down to open up the chest. Good. Good. Shoot those fingertips toward the floor. Awesome. Pause in that space. Good. We've got that power energy in here. Good. Now, this is Tadasana. This is a powerful pose because it's activated. You're never just standing there. You're never just standing there in life, y'all. You're always grounded. And the extent to which you can remember to ground yourself is the extent to which you can maintain your power. So you're not just standing there waving. You're standing strong. You're standing empowered. You're standing confident. You're standing with your heart open. Message. Don't just do yoga here. We do the message. Yoga Sunday is the message too. So let's place our hands at prayer. The Anjali Mudra, the hand position of power for the heart, is there. We're going to lift that energy now to extended mountain pose with prayer hands. And now we're going to send those prayer hands either toward the crown of our head, the top of our forehead, or we're going to send them behind our head as we go into a back bend standing. We heard some ahs. That's good. So send that into a back bend standing with prayer hands. This is the Sahashwara Pose. Lift that navel up and in toward the spine. As you drop those shoulders back toward the floor, bring the pelvis, that hip area, forward. We don't want to compromise. We want to begin the bending at the lower back, at the lumbar spine, so that then the thoracic spine is released and we can reach back. Some may bring their elbows up over their heads, dropping the back of the head toward the shoulder blades, breathing. Others may just be just above your head. Do what your body tells you to do. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, drop a little deeper. Big inhale, stretch those fingers toward the back of the room. Exhale and do a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, jump, or float back to a low plank position. That is a push-up position. For modification, if you're new to yoga and you want to try, you can drop your legs to the ground, your knees to the ground at any given point during a plank position. From the plank position, either with your knees on the ground or in the plank position. For those of you out there getting that strength in, I see you, Jerome. You're getting some of that strength in today. Hold that push-up position. We will point our toes toward the back of the room, rest on the top of our feet, bring it forward 2 inches. Vinyasa. Into upward facing dog. Straighten the arms. Lift the chest. Bring the shoulder blades together. Lift the chin and the crown. Drop the hips of the pelvis toward the floor. Upward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Don't give up on yourself. If you had to drop your knees to the floor, drop your knees to the floor. That's cool. But you're going to feel that chest open now. Reaching up, looking up toward the sky, feeling the love of the 1,000-petal lotus coming down on you. Love rain down on me, rain on me. Y'all know the power of these songs, right? Deep breath in. Exhale, blow it all out, push back into downward facing dog. If you're doing the extra, you can do 5 push-ups right here. If you're trying to get your heart rate going, you can do that. Back into downward facing dog. 3 good deep breaths here. And then we're going to put the cycle together. Make those adjustments. Lift those hips up. Straighten those knees. One big deep breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Bend your knees, step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Prayer hands to the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, take it back to plank. You can walk it back if you need to. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Every time I try to go to downward facing dog, my mic slaps my face, so I got to do the practice before and after Yoga Sunday. Let's make sure I get mine in. 3 breaths here. Good, we're feeling it now. Now we're getting into a bit of the flow. We're just going to do a little bit of flow to open us up to get into that breath space, because today is primarily about that breath meditative space. Big inhale in. Exhale, bend your knees. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Prayer hands, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Come forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stick me 5 push-ups in there if you want them. 3 breaths here. Be a yes in this moment. This is where your mind balances your body. Even if it's your first time doing yoga, yoga is not pain. But being a yes is important. You control your body doesn't control you. Last breath in. Big one. Exhale, blow it all out. Bend your knees. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Hands together. Back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Now your body's starting to get a little heat. It's starting to get a little breath in you. That's good. Continue to breathe that energy in. Remember to rotate those biceps outward if you can. Keep those hands planted firmly in the mat. That will open your chest. That will allow you to breathe better into that space, into your back and arms. Big breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Bend your knees. Step, jump, or float forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Hands together, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Let me hear that breath. I know y'all at home, man. I got to breathe out. Y'all got to blow that out loud so I can hear it all the way on 641 West Nocturne Drive, family. Come on. Last big breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Bend your knees, step, jump, or float forward. Rise up now into chair. Good. Chair position, you're sitting back and down, reaching up and forward. Chin slightly tucked, not heavily tucked. Now, if you have to, just slightly bend your knees, right? Do what your body tells you to do. Those who have it in them, take the chair a little deeper. Engage those glutes. If you feel like you're getting weak, it's because you're not engaging the glutes. Squeeze your butt together and see what happens, right? Now you got it, right? Squeeze your butt. Sit it on down and squeeze your butt. Oh yeah, there you go. Good. Big inhale, send your thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale, step just your right foot forward. Good. Now let's check in because we're getting ready to go into Warrior One. We want your Warrior One to be right. We want it to be powerful. So as you step that right foot forward, make sure that the right foot, that right knee is directly over your right ankle. We don't want you protruding forward. We don't want you protruding back. That's a different pose. We want you to be directly over. If you need to widen your stance, you can widen your stance. Now, do me a favor. Point your toe at 12 o'clock on your front foot. Now, turn your back foot at 12 o'clock also. It will square your hips perfectly. Lift that ankle. That's a low lunge. Some people will add that. We don't want to do that right now, though. So we want to turn that back foot, place that heel, and turn that back foot at a 45-degree angle on your mat. Then lift that kneecap to engage that left leg. Check that knee over that ankle. Now turn those hips toward the front. Place your hands on your waist. Square up and then reach up. Warrior one. Breathe deeply. In and out in through your nose and out through your nose. If you need help, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you are practicing the advanced techniques, you do ujjayi. Ujjayi is that's closing your mouth, still breathing out of your nose, but constricting your throat slightly to make the sound of the ocean. Y'all hear that? Darth Vader-ish? Good. That's ujjayi. That's that special breathing. Good. Reaching up. Good. Send your thumbs toward the back of the room on an inhale. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Exhale, blow it all out. Step your left leg forward. Mimic and mirror what you did on the right side. Check your knee to make sure that it's directly over your ankle. Check your right leg to make sure that it's straight and that your quad is engaged. So again, if you have to shorten your stance to give you more stability if it's your first time, do that. Do what your body tells you. If you have to widen your stance, but engage that back leg, engage that quad, lift it up so that you have that strength. And once you're squared there, you lift those hands toward the sky, and we have it there. Deep breath in. You might be saying, man, I was more flexible on my opposite side. I'm not as flexible on this side. Guess what they call that? Normal. That's how your body functions. There's so many different things that we do as human beings that make us imbalanced. That's why yoga is important. We get ourselves back into balance. Some of you brothers, you wear your wallet on the left side or the right side on the back. That changes the nature of your spine and how it aligns. Women, you carry the purse on the left or the right side or the shoulder bag. Those things make a difference. And we find them out when we're getting to know ourselves and getting to know our bodies in the yoga moves or the asanas, the poses. It's the fancy language, asanas. Deep inhale, send those thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Exhale, step the right leg forward. Inhale up, warrior one. Good. Now, bring those elbows toward the side of your body. We're going to make the Ka symbol. The Ka is the symbol of the spirit soul in ancient Kemet, but it also in a yogic tradition opens the chest. So the Ka symbol, two right angles, right choices at the crossroads. Good. Opening that chest. You feel that chest open now? Good. One good breath in. Exhale, blow it all out. Inhale, reach them up into traditional position. Exhale, low plank. Yeah. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Step your foot forward. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, drop the hands back to the Ka position. Good. Lifting that chin upward. A few good deep breaths here in this car position. Send those shoulders back. Open that chest up. Receive that light energy coming in from the top of the sky, from that 1,000-petal lotus. Don't drop the elbows. Keep them parallel with the ground. There we go. Nice. Inhale, lift your hands toward the ceiling. Send your thumbs to the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one. Left, right side. Inhale up. Now we're going to try something unique. We're going to try eagle arms. So check that right foot, make sure it's in. Eagle arms is simple. I'm going to give you 3 modifications, right? Eagle arms, hands together. Car position, bring those elbows together, face those palms with one another. That's number 1. Position number 2 you could do is you bring your right arm in alignment with your body, hands facing straight up, reach with your left hand and touch the outside, pulling in of your right elbow. Eagle arms, simplified in that manner too. You may cross your arms across your body, make your elbows meet at a point in the middle. You begin to feel the stretch in the shoulders. Still maintaining the integrity of your lower body though, so bend those knees. Good. The full realization of the pose for you advanced yogis out there. So we have eagle arms there. So we have left arm forward. We have a right arm going under, and we wrap the palms. Some of you can put your palms together. That's great. That's cool. I wish I could do that. But my variation is the wrap. Left arm over, right arm under. Eagle arms. Find whichever position fits you. Get into it. Good. Exhale to release the arms. Reach the arms toward the sky. Thumbs toward the back of the room. Inhale. Exhale for low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Warrior one, left side. Inhale up. Eagle arms on the opposite side. So pick your gift, pick your love, pick your food for today. Elbows together. Right hand on the outside of the left elbow with the elbow centered and the palm centered. Left elbow on top, right on the bottom, crossing over to get that space. Or left hand on top. Oh, right hand on top. What did we do? Left hand on top, right hand over. So the opposite side is the right hand on top, left arm under. And you're going to find, like I do, that every time I try to do something opposite, my body won't do the exact same thing. It's a couple of inches in a different position. Whatever it might be, find that space and breathe. Now breathe that energy into your back between your shoulder blades, into your upper chest. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, back to the car position. Inhale, reach toward the ceiling, thumbs toward the back of the room. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Exhale to release. Float, jump, or step forward. Feet between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain pose with hands at prayer to a back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Big inhale here. Exhale, drop the hands to the side. Give yourself that And so now we plant ourselves. We're only a couple of poses away from the end of the practice today and get to the breathing. So we're going to plant ourselves for the tree position. So for those of you who've done tree with me or done tree before, you know the fullest realization of that tree position. For everyone else who is moving into tree position for the first time, stand straight, feet facing true north, 12 o'clock. Grounding those feet. into the ground and make sure that you are rooted. This is tree position. Tree is about root, right? And the roots in the hole and the holes in the ground and the green grass grows all around and around. Y'all remember that song? No? Okay. Infinity, we're going to do a country music fest out here. We're going to talk about the green grass grows all around my country roots, and I'm proud of them. That right foot, point those right toes, 90-degree angle out toward the side. Bring the heel into the arc of your foot just below your ankle, right? Straight legs. Tree position. Lift that ankle up on that right foot. Rest it in a space just above your left ankle. That is tree position, and it's okay if you're there. If you want to go for a more advanced pose, find something that is not moving in your house or in the park, wherever you might be. Find a rock, find a wall outlet, find a camera, find something that's not moving. Begin to focus on it. Lift that foot off the ground, place it on the inside of that calf, of that shin. That is tree position as well. Knee pointed outwards, fully open, 90-degree angle. More advanced position, lift that foot, place it on the inside of the groin. Tree position as well. Super advanced yogis out there, half lotus, right? Lift that foot into the pocket there of that pelvic area, half lotus, all right? So, fine. Did you go for it? Did you get it? Did you get the half lotus? You can get the half lotus. And look, here's the trick about tree. If you fall out of it, good. It just means that you're attempting. So just like with everything else in life, you get back with it. It's your body. Enjoy it. All right, so let's find the position that's comfortable for you. Lift that leg, lift that foot, straighten that spine. Find something that is not moving. Place it there. Hands open to the outsides of your body. Breathe. The peacefulness of the tree brings the hands to heart center. Rolling the shoulders back and down toward the floor. If you fall out, get back in it. You'll find that if you focus on something that is not moving, something that is still, it will make you be still. Its stillness will rub off on you. So in times where you're feeling rocky, find the things that give you strength. That's what Infinity does for me. I come on Sundays, I teach on Sundays, I love on Sundays, because Infinity is that rock space for me, for so many people who tune in. It's the one space where we can come because it's going to give us that stillness, peace. Be still. Stillness is infectious, and you learn a lot from it. Let's go for the higher balance. Branch the arms of the trees upwards toward the sky. No need to fix your gaze anywhere else but in front of you on the still object. Breathing and turning and rotating to the right. Rotating back to center. Pressing that foot into that thigh, lifting that kneecap on that left foot, because what it's going to do is it's going to give you stability. When you're chilling, that's when you fall. But when you're active and engaged, that's when you find the strength and the power. Turn to the left. Breathing. Back to the center. Hands at heart center. Big inhale here. Exhale, release your hands to the side. Release that foot to the ground. Awesome. Come on, tree. Tree is one of the strongest crown chakra positions you can take, because it reminds you that all things come from that above space to be bigger. Guess what? We're not done. Knees or feet rather at 12 o'clock, true north. Grounding now. Once we're grounded now with those legs, we're going to lift that left foot, and again, find the position that's comfortable for you now that you know how to do it. That right angle is there with that heel into that ankle space, lifting it above, keeping the toes on the ground if that gives you stability, lifting it a little higher to the shin if it gives you stability, lifting it to the thigh if it gives you stability, or the knee, going into the half lotus position if it gives you stability. Whatever it is, you find it. Find your position now, and let's do the other side. Tree on the left, hands to your sides. Find that same space that kept you still. Hands to heart center now. And again, you might be saying, man, I thought I had good balance and now I'm falling over. That's good. That's your body talking to you, and your body is saying, thank you for giving me this work today. I needed it. Thanks for loving me enough to get me on this mat today. I needed it. Thanks for telling me to be still. Thanks for teaching me to stop flopping around in life, but to find a space of stillness. I'm going to help you find that. Let's do it together. Great to have a body like that. What a gift. Inhale and exhale, send those branches toward the sky. Keep your leaves toward the sky. It'd be dangerous when we have a band for Yoga Sunday, isn't it? I don't know how we're going to do it, but it's going to be awesome. Take a deep breath, inhale, turn to the left. Relax those shoulders down. Fight the urge to lift those shoulders up and mug those ears. Your ears don't want no parts of your shoulders. Turn back to center. Big inhale, turn to the right. Open those hips by sending the outside of that left knee toward the back of the room. Back to center. Hands at heart center. Big inhale. Exhale to release those hands to the ground. Good. Shake it all out. All right. Now, come to seated on your mat. Seated position. Seated in an upright position. Great, great, great. Good. Now lie all the way back. We're going to bridge. When you're in that space for bridge, we're going to lie all the way back. Place your palms facing down on the mat. We're going to prepare for bridge position. Again, if you need help with bridge position, you got your trusty block, you got your trusty pillow, you got your trusty bolster, whatever you might need to place in a position at the lower part of your spine where you connect to the top part of your behind. You'll find a comfortable position. If you need a space for that, please get ready to find that. Put your block near you. But we're going to lie down flat. Am I going to fit? Didn't know if I framed it right. 6'2" is fitting today in the frame. I love it. All right, let's bring our feet toward our buttocks. Press our hands down into the mat. We're going to lift our pelvis, our hips up toward the ceiling, roll our shoulders back and down on the mat, and lift up as we press down. Those of you who practice, you know you can do your own bridge. Variations are clasped fingers with the mudra of the fingertip pointing forward underneath your body. But lift those hips up. Really lift that navel as if I put a hook in the navel and lifted it up toward the ceiling. Engage the glutes. Engage the core. Take a deep breath and do not move your head from side to side. So wherever you are right now, if somebody's calling your name and you want to look, don't look. We're not going to damage your neck. Breathe deeply. If you need to put your bolster, you put your bolster. Let me do that before I get up. Position A, low block. Higher position, side block. Pillow is where my block is if you're doing a pillow. Awesome. A few deep breaths in bridge. and lower to the ground. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up into bridge. Press down with your palms. Lift those hips up toward the ceiling. Up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower it down. Good. Extend those legs all the way, straighten them. Arms to the side. We're almost there. Bend that right leg. Bring that right foot towards your buttocks. Good. Now, reach across your body with your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Now, drop your right knee across your body toward the left. Reach your palm of your hand out toward your side of your body. Straighten your arm, and then turn your head to the right to look out over your palm. Supine Twist. It's the end of the year. Some of us ate stuff that wasn't really great for us, and we kept eating, and we kept going where we were going and doing what we were doing. And as a result, we need to get some stuff out of our systems right now. So however we are doing it, whatever we're doing, wherever we're in that space, we're taking that twist now. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, twist a little deeper into the pose. This is going to clean out your intestinal tracts. I'm just telling you now, you're going to feel a little, today at some point, you're going to feel like you need to let go. That's going to be a good sign that you got a good twist in. Inhale, exhale, release the leg to come out of the pose. Switch legs, bring that left foot in. Good. Reach across your body with that right hand to the outside of your left knee. Inhale, drop that left knee toward the right side of your body. Extend that left hand to the side of your body and look out over your palm. Take an inhale and exhale deeper into the twist. Good. Inhale, exhale, come out of the pose. Extend both feet toward the edges of the mat. Now, bend your knees, both your knees, bring both feet toward your bottom. Drop the knees toward the outer parts of the mat and bring the bottoms of your feet together. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. Supta Baddha Konasana. Recline butterfly pose. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, drop those knees farther toward the mat, opening those hips, breathing deep into that heart space, breathing deep into that diaphragm space, opening it up. Good. Enjoy it. We're almost near the end of the practice, y'all. Doing a great job. Big inhale here. Exhale, straighten those legs. Bring your hands to your sides, palms facing up. Bring your feet together, pointing toes toward the ceiling. Now drop those toes toward the outer edges of the room. Take a deep breath, inhale and relax. Shavasana, corpse pose. End of the formal practice part. where you congratulate yourself for making it. You showed up, you pressed through. I'm looking forward to when we're all in person and online still. We got an opportunity to smudge you with the sacred scents of copal, the sacred scents of Palo Santo, and the sacred scents of sage, as we will for our New Year's Eve celebration that's happening online. We're going to do a sage circle to cleanse everything out of 2020. But as you are now with us in this space that you've made it to, we invite you to release all negative things into the glow of the energy of the crown chakra. As we speak good affirmations in your life into your space for who you are, as eyes are closed, you're accepted into the body space now. A few moments of breathing. And recovery. I am fully connected to the universal life force. I feel the energy of the God of my own acceptance and understanding cascading upon me in waves of love, in waves of power, in waves of protection, in ways of understanding. I see the connectivity of all things before me, behind me, around me, under me, and inside of me. I release in this moment the things that no longer serve me. I release the spirit of limitation in my life. I release the spirit of lack in my life. I radiate power. I radiate joy. I radiate prosperity and abundance. I radiate highest consciousness, connectivity to divine source. This power I take with me everywhere I go. From this moment forward, I accept what is. What is life, and what is responsibility that is joyful and good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as you begin to feel your body coming back to you now. As you begin to feel how the skin feels on the mat and how the clothes feel on the skin. Begin to wiggle the toes a little bit, wiggle the fingers a little bit. A moment of being grateful for everything. What an awesome moment. Go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale, roll onto your side. Lie there in the fetal position for a minute. Get a chance to come on back in this space. And as you're comfortable, go ahead and roll back up to a seated position. Come back into the seated position that you were in at the beginning of the practice. And as we are now back into that seated position, that seated space, and we're feeling our energy back in with us wherever they are, wherever they have been, wherever you may have traveled to, we invite you to place your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale. Take a deep breath and absorb the sounds that may be around you. Make them a part of your consciousness of celebration. Hands and place them at heart center now. Accept that intention that has been realized. Accept that you were empowered in this space today. Accept that you made it through the practice, that you were a yes. And we made it through technology. Some of us had to watch the replay, but we made it through this space together. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale to release. 3 ohms together. Inhale. In. Exhale to release. As we recognize in this moment for this practice today, part of our service, the divine in me recognizes the divine in you, and in Sanskrit that means Namaste. Namaste, y'all. Namaste. What an awesome time. How y'all feel? Y'all feel good? All right. How y'all feel at home? Y'all feel good? Y'all feel good on the replay? We had to, with some tech stuff is not stopping us. You have opened this energy now, this crown chakra. I will remind you that you open the door, stuff comes in. So if you may have headaches or sensitivity to light a little bit later today, that's just your space being really, really open. That exercise that we did at the beginning of the practice of sitting still and feeling the root grow within you, that will ease that energy as well. But now you got an opportunity to walk in that light, toward the end of the year when it's going to be awesome. So how awesome. We made it through this practice. Now it's time for our giving. Woo! We're giving and we're shouting in here. We got the people who are playing the music and everything. We have an awesome day today. One of our neighbors who probably is, 4 or 5 houses down, she's given us some wonderful background music today. She likes to blast her church service. Amen. And they go in. It's like we're right there inside the church. We like, wow, that's pretty awesome. I mean, she must have a big speaker system set up. I'm grateful she's getting hers on. We're going to get ours on in celebration. So it's time for our giving affirmation. Y'all roll off the mat, roll back to your device, and we are ready for our final giving of the year. So we're about to put this energy of affirmation as we give our tithes and our offerings. So whatever you give from in a space of abundance in your heart, put it on in for the end of the year. This is our last opportunity to give on a Sunday for the end of the 2020. So let's send us out with a great big boost of love so that we can continue to expand the work that we do here at Infinity. We're going to put the music on. Everything is good. And we're going to invite you to say with us our offertory affirmation, which is on the screen. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference. And so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken, and so it is. All right. The ways that you can give are on the screen, y'all, as Everything is Good is playing. You can give via Cash App, $ Infinity Fellowship. You can give via PayPal, paypal.me/Infinity Fellowship. You can also mail it to the Infinity Fellowship, 641 West Nocturne Drive, Nashville, Tennessee, 37207. So it's all good. Remember those things. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh, what an awesome day it is. Wherever you are, if you're feeling good like me, shout out to Brother Reggie Wooten. Thanks for recording our Everything is Good song. Shout out to Sister Kanika Carr for writing our Everything is Good song, because it's a great song to have. It's a great song to be on. It's a great space to be in. Y'all, we've come near the end of the service, but I wanted to remind you of 2 special events that we have coming up. It ain't over. It ain't over. It ain't over. Our New Year's Eve event, December 31st, is going to be off. When I say coronavirus ain't stopping what we do. Our thing is so insane, y'all. Our New Year's Eve is so insane that it literally, you know what, I'll be honest, I don't know how we would have fit everybody in the place this year, but guess what? That's what growth and expansion is. We would have figured out a way. We would have had the fire pit full. We would have had the storage building full. We would have done it. The kids would be downstairs. But guess what? We're going to have an epic New Year's Eve. So starting with our Drive-By Love Exchange. So parents, if you've registered letting us know that your kids are coming, they're going to be a part, please make sure you go to tinyurl.com/ifnewyears. If you're watching this or on the replay, it's there. tinyurl.com/ifnewyears. If you're in town, let us know so that we can get a count for your kids. We're going to give them a goodie bag, and you can come by at 3 o'clock on New Year's Eve, and between 3 and 4, and you can pick up that goodie bag, and you can also fill out a form. And on that form is what you want to release from 2020. And then we know how we do it, Infinity. We put it in a fire circle and do a sage event. We're doing it online, but you get to fill out and leave us with that form. If you register online and you're one of our infinite streamers from around the world, make sure you register online for the event as well, because I'm going to send you a virtual form that you can sign so that we can release all of those negative things you had in 2020 into the fire sage circle as well. You get to experience that with us live. Then from 6 to 7, we have the Youth Power Zone Zoom. So register so we can send you the Zoom link for that, for your kids. And then grown-ups from 7 to 8, we have found a way to do my Atomic Vision Board workshop. It's atomic because, look, acknowledgement is not arrogance, and confidence isn't conceit. I'm going to give you a vision board that's going to produce fruit. And this is a method that I teach once a year here at Infinity. I'm teaching it from 7 to 8. There's no cost to it, but that's why I want you to register so we can make sure that we send you what you need to pick up in the next couple of days so that you can be at home working on that from 7 to 8. And then, of course, from 11:10 p.m. to 12 p.m., we're going to be here lit live with you, bringing in the new year. So get your favorite adult beverage or young adult beverage, whatever you got, and hang out with us in a safe environment. And we're going to kick it. We're going to have a ball. We're just going to have the greatest time that you could ever have. And remember, for holiday safety, keep it outside if you're bringing people in. 6 feet of difference. Bring everything you got that you need. Grill if you're going to cook something. Don't trip about the bathroom being exploded, and limit your circle of people. That's how you make it safe. So y'all, from here in Nashville, we're saying goodbye. Not goodbye, but we're saying see you next week. Next time I see you on this platform will be 2021. Also, New Year's Eve, we have been in intense prayer and meditation. There's a theme for New Year's Eve that is coming for 2020 that is going to be so awesome, and we're going to announce that on New Year's Eve right before we count down. So y'all know, it's going to be awesome. Let's have a good time. Be safe this week. Be in love this week. Especially love on yourself. Stay up with us. Keep up with us on social media. If you want to find us everywhere, you can find us online in the following places. But we will be with you in mind and body and spirit. Like us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and we will continue to love with you. So we're going to speak in this moment. And as we are centered, remembering that we are all together in this space, we're going to speak that the love of God, the peace of the ancestors, strength and power of those who have walked before, rest, rule, rock, and abide with you from this moment forward. And so it is. Amen. Amen. Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. Till I talk to you next year or this week, tinyurl.com/ifnewyears. Take care of yourself. Remember, this has been Rev Jeff and the whole Infinity family, loving on you, loving with you, reminding you that when you get information, you bring it in, it's cool because it becomes knowledge. Take knowledge, put it into action. That's when it becomes wisdom. So y'all be wise. Peace and blessings. We'll see you soon.